What's up, guys? You're listening to Once Upon a BNB. It's your girl, Annsleigh.
This is Moneybags Maha.
And I'm Ian.
Hey, Ian. And we're sitting with Ian's mom.
Very special guest today. We have Luz Grady with us.
Thank you.
Welcome to Once Upon a BNB. We have been looking forward to this episode for a couple weeks now.
Me too. I heard about it and I was very excited.
All right.
Yes, we have mom approval. Queen is in the building. I love your brooch, by the way. They can't see it, but it's like this green, like crystal. It's giving me good vibes.
Yeah, is that for St. Patty's Day or is that an everyday thing?
Well, it is for St. Patty's Day and it was given to me by a very special girlfriend on my 60th birthday. So,
oh, really? That's awesome. What is that made of?
Good question. I don't know, but it kind of feels like it's got some bling going on.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. It seems like it gives off good energy, too.
And it feels like the stone.
Yeah.
Very festive. She married an Irishman. That's
did you? Okay. Is this a big holiday for you guys in your household?
For the Grady's, it is.
It is?
The men. I'm the only woman
Okay.
now, so yes. Colombians.
That's right. You have a brother, right?
Yeah,
Ian?
one of three. And then my great-great-great-great-grandfather, James Grady, moved here as an O. Grady, and then at LSI.
An O'Grady.
And then they dropped our lucky O, and we became Grady's.
Trying to blend in. Okay.
So yes, for me, St. Patty's Day became big once I got into Rich, his dad.
Ah, okay.
Before that, Colombians.
You guys are unusually sober for today. Then I was surprised.
I know you'll have plans for afterwards.
Mom?
Sure.
Mom has like one margarita a year.
Really? Not a big drinker?
Once in a while, I do tequila straight up.
Oh, wow.
That's the only way to go.
That's the way to do it, honestly. Yeah.
Pure herradura reposada.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't noticed, Luz is Colombian originally, right?
I am.
What part of Colombia?
I was born in Cucuta.
Okay, where is that? What's that close to?
That is on the border with Venezuela. And like when all the Venezuelans were going to the border with Colombia and they were pictured all over the place and there were concerts and stuff, that was in Cucuta.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you ever go back?
Went back in 98 and took Ian.
Really?
When I was 8, yeah. And then we went back right before COVID. And that was our last trip. We went for a few weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, it was in 95 when you were 8. Yes, that we went there and to Cucuta. But then we went back right before COVID to Colombia.
Good
that time
timing.
we skipped Cucuta. But
Really? That's awesome.
it's an awesome place
Colombia's
to visit.
definitely at the top of my list. That's where
You've
I want
got
to
to
go next. Yeah.
We highly recommend
Maybe
it.
I'll have to take you guys with me.
We would love to.
That
We're
would be
planning a
awesome.
trip.
Yeah,
We're there.
Let's do it.
And we did Airbnb actually in
Oh,
Colombia.
really? How
too.
was that?
It was great. Yeah.
Probably
Great
really
experience.
affordable too, right?
Ian, was that affordable? You paid that night. I think.
Balling over here.
It was my turn. So an adult son has to pull his weight.
It sounded like it was pricey.
It was
No, that was just...
I think it was a pretty good deal. It was in Guatapé, which is outskirts of Medellin, and it was really cool. A really very interesting house.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband and I slept in a room that was all like it was like a patio, and then they just put sliding glass doors all around it.
Oh my gosh, that sounds
And it rained all night, and I wouldn't let my husband close the windows because I wanted to see the thunder in the mountains. It was awesome.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been in the United States, or were you?
Since I was a child.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
I was 7.
In Georgia the whole time, or?
No,
Where were you?
Miami.
Oh, awesome.
I grew up in Miami Springs.
Oh, cool. Do you still have ties to Miami? Do you
Oh
go
my
back?
gosh, yes.
It's one of my favorite cities. I love Miami.
I love Miami, and I grew up in a school in an area called Miami Springs, and I am friends on Facebook with so many of my friends from elementary school.
Really?
Popular.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome. That's the best part about Facebook. You can connect with people from...
Oh, we have reunions, and they're so much fun.
I think Mom was
Elementary
prom
school?
queen. Yeah.
I was calendar queen.
Calendar queen.
You look like a prom queen. I can definitely see that. I bet you
they
were.
had kind of not risque is not the wrong word, but like pretty elegant photos of her like posing by like Rolls Royce and stuff on my walls on the way to go to the basement, and so my friends would make fun of me the whole way
We
down.
used to have them.
Yeah, used to.
He is the friend
She
with the
let him
hot
go.
mom.
Now the basements are Airbnb or their Airbnb.
Yeah, all the personal photos are put away.
That's awesome.
You can bring them out whenever.
Yeah, not. Most people don't want to see that.
I think they would want to see that, right?
I don't know. If I had some hot photos, I'd probably put them on my wall too.
Oh, for sure. I can't wait to when I'm old to show people pictures of me when I'm young. Not that you're old. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that at all. Like when I'm older.
No, it happens really fast. You get old. It does. Yeah, it didn't hurt that I dated the photographer, the school photographer.
Perfect.
So he took some good pictures.
That's
perfect.
Awesome. We just had a photo shoot recently for our podcast. I don't know if Ian showed you.
Yeah.
Did he?
It was quite hilarious.
Well, then the photographer had a full memory card and we lost like half the photos.
Yeah.
Oh, too bad.
Ghost was in a bunch of the pictures, but those disappeared apparently.
He's good looking. You know, when we were at that Airbnb, Ian had his long hair, the one in Guatapé I was telling you about in Colombia. He had his long hair, and when he has long hair, we look alike.
Really?
Without his mustache and beard, of course.
I can see it, actually.
I don't know if my mom approves the mustache.
I don't know that many people approve of that mustache, but
I've been like trying to compare faces. I'm like, did it look like? And I can see it.
When he had long hair, we looked alike. Yeah, he did.
Just
look
without
like
a photo. Hold on.
Oh yeah, let's see Ian with the long hair.
I've seen Ian with the long hair.
I'm just going to show you us wearing matching tank tops and matching hair.
Y'all are such a cute family.
Come on. Look at that. We're sisters.
Oh my God. Okay, I forgot what Ian looks like with the long hair. It hasn't even been that long.
You're a completely different person.
Isn't that funny?
We have to upload this to the video.
He wore like a creepy ponytail all the time, too.
Now I just had to keep the creep. It just turned over on my upper lip.
Y'all twins.
Yeah, y'all really do look funny.
Yeah, so now he knows what he's going to look like in 30 years.
Twins.
Shawfuck was getting upset because Facebook would, when she would tag a photo, would default to lose grading.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
It's bad.
that's weird. Yeah.
And his dad is an identical twin, and he hates that tag thing on Facebook.
Oh, so he's tagging the wrong one.
Well, he hates being identified, all that. He's one of those.
It is getting out of control.
He'll tape like the camera on his laptop whenever he's not using it.
He's one of those.
Yeah,
he's one of those.
I mean, he might be right. Who knows who's watching?
But the problem is he has an identical twin, and he's on Facebook. And so sometimes the twin's name came up with Rich's picture.
That's hilarious. I have identical twin friends, and they can unlock each other's phones with their faces, which is pretty scary. But
Same thing happened with 23andMe, where my dad hadn't done it and my uncle had. So when the results came back, I had a new half-sister and brother, my cousins, and they thought Uncle Bill was my dad.
Oh, yeah, because they're identical. That's right.
And then it came out that Uncle Bill and I were kind of like married.
Yeah, thought that they thought that was a concubine.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like he had two wives.
Oh my gosh! There's like a whole Reddit thread of how 23andMe ruined my family's life. Like all kinds of secrets come out. My dad's not my dad. I have siblings I didn't know about. All kinds of stuff. It's a pretty interesting read, but
yeah, that could be another one of the Once Upon a.
Once Upon a 23andMe. Yeah. That would be a great podcast, actually. Well, Trey, take note of that for later.
The stories we could tell.
I know.
Well, we're here to tell more stories. Yes, yeah, I segued that.
Oh yeah, that was really
that was
good.
so good.
That was smooth.
That was better than the reason I had you grab those matches, find me matches last week. Is,
you found those matches?
Yeah, I was like, Mom, are there any matches? It was so I could do
there were 4, right?
Yeah, that's all I had left. I was trying to do a Nickelodeon reference for my co-host.
Right. We caught it. We caught the reference.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Crazy. Has he always been crazy?
Yes. He always has been very...
Crazy is a positive word for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So yeah, stories. So we're here to witness or hear your craziest B&B story, bed and breakfast story, or vacation rental story. And we hear you have a good one.
Okay, so we're talking about mine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How did you start into the Airbnb business? I assume it was through Ian.
So we have a big house, and because we raised our children in it, and so we had a basement apartment that originally was for the nannies because we both worked full time, and so then when the children grew,
became the man cave.
Oh, cool!
Yeah,
for my brothers and I.
Right, and every time the kids would come home, they'd just make a mess in the basement, and so anyway, after years went by, Ian got into Airbnb, and he said, "Mom, you could make money off your basement." And so in 2019, I think, is when we decided to start doing Airbnb.
Oh,
and we did
so
it
you've
for
been
a
doing
little
this for
bit.
a while. Okay.
Well, we did, and then we took off for the whole
The
2020.
pandemic, yeah.
Because my husband is high risk.
Okay.
And so we moved our son, our youngest. He just graduated from college.
Mm-hmm.
He's selling for Aflac, so his income wasn't real steady yet.
Yeah.
And so we said he could stay in the basement because it wasn't safe to be, I think all the hotel business went.
Right.
to hell.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So
And
because
for a
of
while,
that.
Airbnb did too.
Right.
Yeah.
So we stopped doing it. And then Ian started again. And gosh, he's been so busy with his place. And I had some experience with working with Ian. We started a company.
Yeah, this is on the Ford Fiesta, my episode as a guest. Yeah.
What is the company? I know it has a catchy name. Knowing Ian, what is the name of the company?
Well, also, by the way, I'm good at names because
really,
I think
is that where he gets it from?
Yeah, I did. Mother's Touch Home Rentals.
That's so cute.
Mother,
Mother's
the
Touch.
acronym without the vowels, so MTHR.
Very trendy and cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right, because if you're going to rent, you want a Mother's Touch, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Feels homey, feels safe.
You live nearby here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Dunwoody.
Okay, cool.
Real close by. Yeah. So we decided to start again in January because my husband was already vaccinated.
Oh, awesome.
So-
He was vaccinated in January? That's pretty early.
He's high risk.
Yeah.
No. We started in February.
Okay.
And he got vaccinated in February, right?
Yeah,
Recently.
February.
It's been a little while.
Yeah.
But he felt safer with that,
Mm-hmm.
And so we began in February and had great guests. And it
Mhm.
wasn't until recently that we had crazy lady.
Right. This was All-Star Weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not
It
sure
was.
if there's a link, but I guess it's time. So since you showed me where the matches are, we'll do it once more, guys. Submitted
Oh,
for
I
the
did it this
approval,
time.
of the Once Upon a B Society. I call this story. He get it from his mama. Let's go.
That is so funny.
So
What all started? Well, I guess tell us about what before you got
God.
the message on checkout morning.
Oh, you mean the thing is we with the Airbnb, as you know, you don't know what the person looks like or anything. You have no idea.
Right.
And you can check reviews, but this person didn't have any.
Mm.
And my husband said, "Don't rent to anyone without reviews." I said, "Poor lady, she's coming into town with her teenage daughter that's turning 15 and her daughter's girlfriend and her son." So I'm thinking
Seems safe, yeah.
3 adolescents. She said they were coming into town to check out colleges. I'm thinking, how sweet. Plus, they were going to see the malls and see the sights. And so it sounded like
nothing to do with All-Star Weekend at all, right?
No, I'm
According
thinking,
to
what a
them.
nice mom taking her.
Right.
So they arrived at midnight, and she told my husband when they arrived that in the morning she was going to go get rent a car. And so she left early, and we work from home. Now I'm doing a lot of Zoom interpretations,
Mm-hmm.
and my husband runs our business from the house. So we know when people come and go.
Right. Does the
from our
basement
driveway.
have its own entrance, or do
It
they have to
does.
come through the house? Okay.
No, they don't come through the house. They have a
Okay.
separate entrance, separate walkway.
The back door though goes up to the greater house. I guess that would be the back door to the basement apartment.
Okay.
Is the stairwell that's locked while they're.
Right.
Yeah,
we
of
could
course.
access the basement through the house,
Right,
but
right.
the guests don't.
Right.
So anyway, she left the first day to rent the car, and I'm thinking maybe she's going to the airport, which is kind of far.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't return till like 1:30 in the afternoon, and I was thinking,
But where are the kids?
exactly, they're in my basement.
Oh, wow.
And the thing that happened was that the child, the boy, was 2-year-old, and so
No.
during the day, I'm working 2 flights up,
Yeah.
and I'm hearing the door slamming all morning, but the lady wasn't there. So you're not going to say anything to children.
Right.
And, but my husband and I thought, gosh, it's kind of interesting that there are kids there and they came to see the sights. with
And they're
Mom.
just stuck
You know,
inside.
they're inside.
So is a 15-year-old, a 2-year-old, and how old
And
is
the other
one?
15-year-old
Oh,
friend.
okay.
This is
what
the
she-
15th birthday, so they're scratching 15. These
Right,
are essentially
barely.
14-year-olds.
14s that just
Okay.
turned 15. Anyway, so she came at about 1:30 in the afternoon and was in the house for a little bit. And then at about 3, my husband and I were both there, and we were in a place where we could see outside.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a text, and we see that she's outside. She's in the driveway, like leaving again without the kids.
Oh my god!
I'm like, I thought they came to take the kids places.
What is she wearing? What is she like?
No, she was dressed nice.
Okay, because I'm like, is she going out to turn up?
No,
she wasn't in club wear or anything.
She was dressed like I'm dressed, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Scott style.
No, it wasn't that particularly flashy or anything.
Okay.
You know?
But stylish.
Oh, thank you, son. Yeah, she was wearing boots and black. And anyway, she asked from she was already in the car.
Driveway.
I'm not sure if she was still in the driveway or she was texting and driving. Not sure.
Mm-hmm.
We get a text that says, can we go in the back? And the back of our house, we have a pool and we have a couple of dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're watching her leave.
Yeah, no, the kids aren't going back there without you. Yeah.
So I suggested to my husband to respond for liability reasons. We would not allow our guests in the backyard in our pool.
Right.
We have dogs and a pool.
In-house counseling that is definitely liability.
We spoke with our attorney and he said no.
No, we answered right back and she wrote, "Oh, I thought it was listed on the amenities. I'll check." And then we never heard back.
Right. And it's probably not listed on the amenities, I assume, right?
Well,
there was a faint reference to a pool, but not in March.
You meant pool views, not a pool you can use, right?
Yeah, it was a faint reference to a pool that my son put in there that I didn't know. But she did come back with that. Later on, we found out. The Saturday, the day they were checking out. And by the way, on Friday, the same situation. Kids home all day.
This is 3 days at this point.
And you know that he's home because you can hear, if I'm correct.
The slamming.
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
So Saturday, on Friday, it was particularly odd because she came home. She left some food on the doorknob. She didn't come in the Airbnb.
We had to review the cameras afterwards. I had to help,
Yeah, we found out afterwards. We didn't know this till
it was
later.
very careful. Let me just put it on the door so it doesn't disturb anyone and then back out.
Yeah, like she didn't want them.
Such a weird situation.
Right. Well, when my kids were little, sometimes if I wanted to go do something, I had a nanny at home.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't let them know that I was home because they would have a fit. And that's how she acted. Like she didn't want, okay, I'm dropping off some food, but I don't want him to know that I'm home because then he'll want me to stay.
Right.
And she was out the door again. So
these kids never left like the entire weekend?
No, they did.
Pretty much?
They did in the evenings.
Okay.
They did in the afternoon, evening time. They did leave. And the Friday night.
Who watched the baby when
the girls must have?
14, 15 year
old.
olds.
The baby's with them.
The baby one.
Baby.
He's 2. He's strong. You can hear him slam that door.
The 15-year-olds when they left, they would take the baby.
No, the 15-year-olds were staying.
They stayed. They only left with the mom, and they took the child.
Okay.
Anyway, on Saturday, we kept hearing the door slam again a lot, and then the lady comes home. And I said to my husband, "God, that door's still slamming. It's driving me insane."
What is with this kid and slamming doors?
Well, we didn't know who was slamming the door.
Okay.
At that point, my husband said the mom's been talking to him, trying to reason with him about about not doing that, and he's still slamming. Okay. So I was in the kitchen. I thought 2 more slams. That's it. 2 more slams, and I knocked on my basement door.
My dad was like, "No," and then
he's like, "Luke," and I just knocked, and she said, "Yes," and I said, I opened the door, but I don't see who's down there because I don't turn on the light. And our staircase is an L shape, so you don't see.
Yeah.
And so I said, would it help if I said to your young son that you're not allowed to slam doors here? And she said, thank you. And I closed the door, and we didn't hear any more slamming.
Was that crossing the line, guys? What do you?
I mean, I don't think so.
Well, I asked Ian because my husband was like, oh, Luz. And Ian goes, Mom, I think that response was, she probably went, I told you.
Yeah.
And she was probably grateful.
Right. Because you asked. You didn't just say, hey, kid, stop slamming the door.
I said, would it help?
Right.
And that's all I said. And she said, thank you. And that was the end of it. I thought it was very effective.
Right.
And
The
so
slamming stopped, so it must have been effective, right?
They check out the next morning and no more slamming in the interim. So
right. So 5 o'clock in the morning, we realized they had left at 5 in the morning, which is kind of early.
she's early bird though.
But at 8 o'clock, I sent her a message. Are you checking out? Because I had someone else coming in at 4. And she didn't respond. But then at 10:30,
she's in a
11.
Zoom. This is when I get involved. All right. So she's in a Zoom with all her friends. They're out in the porch,
praying the rosary
praying the rosary.
for a friend that has cancer. But anyway,
Aw.
They do that every Sunday. I've had to help with the tech support sometimes.
Oh, that's cute.
And then, but also for the consulting on it. So we get this message, or my dad gets this message. He's like, Ian, what do I do? So let me just get my phone out.
Pull out the evidence like a true lawyer.
and by the way,
You have way
when
too many
someone, while
pockets
he's
in
doing
that
that,
jacket.
Yeah, there
when
it
we
is.
have
Fell
someone
on the
coming,
floor.
we clean I tell the
Like
cleaning lady,
religiously.
pretend that they're going to eat off the floor.
Right.
I mean, the place is immaculate. I'm very proud of it.
She's a neat freak. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
it didn't rub off on
I was
me.
going to say, not
I know.
quite
Can I just
how Ian's
I would-
Airbnb probably
yeah.
is.
Can I get some neat freak sauce?
Well, I'm not always a neat freak, but for the business,
Right.
I absolutely am.
Yeah.
It's that mother's touch. Yeah.
It's that mother's touch.
All right, this is this is the message they receive. When I booked this Airbnb, I told the owners exactly what I was doing and who I was bringing. And by the way, when she booked it, it was booked as 3 adults, 1 child, and then she later specified the 15-year-old
15,
thing. But
okay.
I digress. So then she says, she starts complaining about the parking. The place is advertised as having parking, not street parking, where you have to walk 2 minutes. It's just a small driveway. It's like
just
20
a drive.
seconds. Yeah.
Oh my
It's not
God.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
You'd have to be moving really slow, doing a lot of
Right.
texting while
I
walking.
did see her move very slow.
So that's the first thing she's upset about. The property was also, here's the pool, also listed as having a pool and patio sitting area. We attempted to sit outside, but there were locks on everything. When I asked Rich, she said we cannot sit there in those areas because of the dog and pool. The hot towel rack was more of a liability. There is a,
Hot towel rack.
I think it's a nice
Fancy.
amenity.
Yeah. It's a nice little mother's touch.
Thank you.
Nice warm towel when you come out of the shower.
Non-stinky.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this message wasn't a message sent to her. That's the key detail. It was a message that's sent when you do a refund request. This is for the entire stay. It's a request, yeah, and it's like it's like in
I
a
see
lot
what
of third
she's doing
person
now.
to my mom, but so she says his wife. So that's her,
Mhm.
who I never met but seen. She saw us coming, went in their house, and closed the door. And that's because of the vaccine situation where we got.
Yeah, we're kind of in a pandemic. Makes sense.
I waved. I was watering my plants with watering cans in front of their because I have some flowers in front of their entrance.
Mhm.
And I saw them pull up. I waved, but I had no mask on. I went inside my house.
Yeah, totally normal.
Here's where I thought I'd get real rich. My son was playing with the bedroom door. Playing. I was speaking to him when I heard the upstairs door open, and he asked me to speak to my son, which I was doing before she invaded my space. I paid for a one-night stay. She could have called or knocked at the entrance door and allowed me to invite her in. I feel like I was cheated. My children are on edge, and I don't really understand why.
On edge.
For the last, 12 hours of their stay,
Oh my
full
gosh.
refund. And this is the last sentence. This is the reason that she's here. I don't want to play the race card, but I felt uncomfortable. If I could have left, I would have, but I couldn't afford to. So I'm like, uh-oh, now my parents are being...
Oh my gosh,
Accused of
that
being-
is what? You didn't even. First of all, you asked, you knocked, right? And then
course.
when you looked inside, you couldn't even. She probably didn't even realize you opened the door necessarily.
No, no,
right?
because I knocked. And
Mm-hmm.
when she said, yes, I opened the door, I'm pretty sure she heard it.
Right.
I mean, it was a very
Still
obvious.
very reasonable. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, so I saw that. I was like, all right, Dad, well, you got to call Airbnb and get your side of the story out there. And so, call, let them know, like, hey, this is what happened. And then, get it logged. And then afterwards, you gotta message the guests. Your
Are
response.
we going into another pocket?
Yeah, I just.
Why are there so many pockets in this jacket?
Gotta grab mom's phone.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, is this a different phone?
This is the mom's phone, but I didn't get a chance to do these screenshots. But you gotta either accept or deny the request. So I was like, all right, I guess we're gonna have to deny this request.
That's ridiculous. She just wanted a free stay.
Just going for reaching straws. And so I said, this is me ghostwriting for my mom. But hi, Felicia. Just got off the phone with Airbnb, and unfortunately, we've rejected your request for a full refund. I'm sorry if any of your children felt uncomfortable during the last night of your stay, but playing with the bedroom door is not allowed. We wish you all safe travels home or something. Yeah, there it is. And then she gets into it. Rather, it's allowed or not. You should have knocked on the door. We also should have been able to sit outside. I know my rights. I could care less about the money. You seem to need it more than me lying to get it. But again, everyone who looks into renting your Airbnb will hear my story. I'm going to post it every day, multiple times a day.
Oh my gosh.
Enjoy your day and be safe. And so
post it where? Like, what is she even talking about?
Re-review it? I don't know. But we called Airbnb. Like, here's an update because and she's like, that's our extortion policy. That's not okay. And so then
they have an extortion policy. That's nice. Okay, cool.
And so she writes the review. So now I got to find that. All right, here's the review.
She said, "I'm going to post
how
it
hard
every day.
You work for a good review.
I know that sucks.
Okay, here we go.
Every single day.
Every day. All right.
I know your husband's probably like, I told you, Lou.
Yeah,
No. At that point, I'm in my middle of my rosary, and he's like, "You've got to read this." I'm like, "Hail Mary." What?
Oh my gosh! While you're doing your Hail Marys, that's so funny.
Oh no, lost the screenshot. All right. But here we go. So then in her review, she says the same. She ends it with, and also, I don't think they've ever rented to any minorities before. Just threw that out there. And so they're just, and so they had to, and now it's listed on their thing. So they had to go back and forth with Airbnb. Spent the better part of a week, kept bringing in legal counsel.
Wow.
And
did you have other? I'm sure there's other reviews on there from minorities, right?
We did,
throughout. Yeah,
I mean, it's Atlanta. You've had to have minority guests before.
First of all, we haven't been doing it through this new account very long at all.
So there's not that many reviews.
But we did. We already did, and we had great reviews. From them. So it's absolutely not true.
Wow.
And at first they said, let's see. I completely understand our investigation into this reservation indicates that there is no violation of these guidelines. And then after some more back and forth, the final message was the review was removed for discriminating you as a host and implying that you haven't had people of other ethnic backgrounds as guests. Regards. Boom. And that was finally
you win. That's awesome.
It took a long time.
How many weeks? Guesstimation.
3 days. 3 days. Long time.
of an attorney talking to him on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, and guess what? Somehow I got blocked out of Facebook.
Not the Facebook.
Yes, because my account was linked to that, and I forgot my password.
That was a very boomer thing. She didn't know her Airbnb password or her Facebook password. So when she got locked out of the Facebook password,
they were all my phone.
What are your fans?
I don't know any passwords. They're just saved to my phone.
All my friends in my friends.
All your elementary school friends.
Where is she?
Where is she?
That's hilarious.
We need her.
I have to start a new account.
No.
Wait, still? You still couldn't get
not
back
on Airbnb,
into
on
but
Facebook.
on Facebook? But still, you have to start a new Facebook
No, you don't.
account.
You're going to find the password.
There has to be another way.
Forgot password.
Yeah, is that
Girls,
not
we've been there. And the thing is, since I had nothing to do with messing it up, my husband and my son have tried, and if they can't fix it, forget it.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah, we're starting a new account. Don't
How
worry.
many friends did you have?
I don't know. I don't.
Thousands.
No, not that many.
That's still quite the hassle.
It is.
Well, I'm glad y'all are able to get the review off because that sucks to have that one bad unjustified review.
I want to know what she was doing.
I have a theory. When you were telling me about this,
what do you
the
think?
first thing that popped into my mind, it was All-Star Weekend, right? She came to dance.
That's what I was thinking too,
Day
but it was
shift.
daytime.
But in the
Day
daytime?
shift stripper.
In the
This is
daytime?
Atlanta. Our
Oh,
strip
okay.
clubs open at noon. Yes.
Oh.
She was if she wasn't that hot, maybe it was a day shift stripper.
Medium hot.
Medium hot, day shift hot. For All-Star Weekend, too, you got to be like the baddest
'cause you
to
have
get
to
the
be,
night
like,
shift.
booked that night.
Right. Yeah, you have to
I
be
don't
like
know.
special requested.
I don't think so.
I think she was going on like job interviews.
I think just seeing the sights.
No.
Without the kids?
No.
I think
On that weekend.
honestly,
First of all, 14, 15-year-olds aren't checking out colleges.
I was thinking maybe she was just had a boyfriend or something, and she came to see somebody.
Okay, well, you're much nicer than I am.
Yeah,
My first
that's
thought
what
was
I
day
thought,
shift
but I
stripper.
didn't know about all that stuff going on the weekend. I didn't.
Mhm.
You didn't
I
know it
didn't
was
tie
All-Star
it
Weekend?
together. I did, but I didn't tie it together. So I was thinking, I think she probably has. Maybe she's married and she's got a boyfriend here.
So, yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. And
That could be a
and
thing,
she told
too.
the girls, "Oh, come on, I'll give you a trip to Atlanta." And she did take
just
them
wanted them to
shopping.
babysit. That makes sense, too.
That's what I was thinking.
She brought them along to watch the 2-year-old.
That's what I think. I don't think she was quite. I don't think she was hot enough to be a a pole dancer.
You don't have to be that hot for the day shift. But.
You have interest. When's the last time you've been in a gentleman's club, Mom? 80s,
well, we've gone there now.
70s.
Mm-hmm.
Or have you ever?
No, I have.
Okay.
I have stories about that, but it's been a long time.
Well, we have another podcast. You might be able to share those stories.
I went to the Coronet Club once here.
Cabaret Club?
Coronet, I think was the name. It's a strip club for men. Women would go and they were men.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Swinging Richards.
It was
now,
on
which
like
is a hilarious
Roswell Road
name.
or something. So it was in the. You were born.
Did you take me?
No, you were there. You don't remember?
It was probably in the early 90s, Ian.
Did you have someone babysit me while you went over there?
Some 14-year-olds, perhaps.
Your dad. It was a bunch of girls.
I've never been to a male strip club.
It was gross.
I've never gone either.
It seems like it'd be pretty gross. Nobody wants to see that.
It was kind of
Yeah.
not my thing.
It's kind of cheesy.
It was a girls' night out, and we wound up there.
Yeah, I'm sure it was fun. Yeah. Ian, you had a crazy all-star weekend Airbnb thing happen too, right? With
kind of
your Airbnb?
simultaneously, yeah. I came home to some burn marks in my house. So
really? Where at? What were the burn
all
marks?
over the place on my nightstands, things like that. So
Oh gosh.
went through some bedding and my beautiful couch, brand new couch.
Brand new couch?
Yeah.
Tell us about this couch.
This is
It's not big.
Yeah, it's a big couch. I might have overestimated or underestimated how big it was. It takes up the entire living room. It's
Oh my god, you didn't measure? All this research you did on couches and you didn't measure
I
before
did a
you...
lot of research.
He did measure.
It's the Lazy Boy makes the best sleeper sofa.
What's the name? You got to share the name of the couch.
Oh yeah, it's very IKEA. Rob Gronkowski, and it's got four recliners. It's got
Massage.
Massage options, USB hookups, a queen mattress. Or sleeper.
Is it ruined now from?
It's got a lot. It's got some TLC. It's been sun kissed a little bit.
Really? And this is a very expensive couch, right?
Yeah, I just like buying a car. It was
you like financed
I had to finance
this
half
couch.
of it. It was $10,000 couch.
Oh my god, dude! I still can't get over that. Who buys a $10,000 couch?
It comes out
for
to
an Airbnb,
right?
It comes out to $104 a month, right? And the value
for how many months?
For the next 20 years.
Oh my god!
But the value. All right, I get to
but
now.
I get what you're doing though, because
it's
the
a
bed,
4-bedroom
it's
now.
Extra,
it's all about the bed count.
Right.
So it's actually a very good investment.
Unless guests ruin it, I guess, right?
Well, there's a liability damage thing because Airbnb has that Verbo. I was with a competitor this time.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know who's going to sponsor our show, but we'll sell out to whoever's
buying.
Yeah.
Right.
But you have to buy an add-on liability damage
for
thing
Verbo.
for Verbo. So my guest had to pay an extra $99 to have to pay it's I think $5K. So I get half my couch back.
Okay.
I can still fix. The left side of Robert.
Ooh, and then next time you have an Airbnb, hopefully they don't listen to this, but next time you have an Airbnb guest, you can claim the same. No, I wouldn't do that.
If you have,
would never do that.
Burn marks from blunts.
Oh yeah, these were marijuana cigarettes. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's so reckless. Why would anyone do that to somebody else's home? That's just. I mean,
it's just
how hard is it to ash and
anger?
Right.
It's I hate it.
Very weird.
Well, we had a lot of that when we did Mother's Touch in Fort Fiesta. A lot of burning.
But Fort Fiesta
that was a party house,
yeah.
so yeah, you kind of have to expect that there.
I know, but I think that weekend was party weekend recklessness.
Definitely. A lot of stuff went down in Atlanta that weekend.
I heard.
Did you? You didn't experience it? Just heard?
No.
You were not partying for All-Star Weekend?
I did see that some girls got knocked off a cop car when they were up there twerking.
I think I know the video you're talking about. The car drove off when they were twerking?
No, that one was different. I heard that some girls actually jumped on the hood of a cop car.
Freaknik style. Were you in Atlanta during the Freaknik days?
Yes. Yes.
Was it comparable?
I didn't hang out there, so I'm sorry. I've been really boring, honestly.
No.
He'll tell you.
I'm sure you're not. But.
Those are the stories I don't get to hear.
Well, that was a great story. So usually we play a little game at the end of the episode here, and we were thinking since we have a mother-son duo, we would tie that in. We were going to have you guys do 2 truths and a lie. You do it about Ian, and we'll guess which ones are the truths, which are the lies, and he'll do one for you, and we'll guess the same. What you got for us?
Ian could read a very hard book like Indiana Jones when he was in 2nd grade. Ian wanted to be an attorney since he was 10 years old. And Ian said that he did not like girls, would not like girls, and he was sure of it.
I love this.
When he was 8.
When he was 8.
So we made a bet that he would like girls by the time he was in 5th grade. And he had to hide it really hard because he lost that bet.
I don't want to owe my mom $100.
Well, I guess that one's the truth.
You blew it.
I actually thought they were all true, so you got to...
I think I know which one is the lie.
I think I know which one's a lie.
Ian didn't want to be an attorney at 10.
Yeah, that one.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're
but that was a good lie, though.
That is good, yeah.
That was a good lie.
I knew he's a genius, basically. I'm sure he was reading super hard books in 2nd grade. And then obviously the 3rd
I thought
one.
he was faking it.
Yeah,
really?
I did. I was sure he was faking it because we were in line in Disney World and he bought Indiana Jones and he's reading it in line.
And you thought he was just flipping through the pages?
I'm like, yeah, right. And then I realized he was reading.
Wow, that's awesome.
I didn't want to be an attorney. I wanted to be an archaeologist like Indiana Jones.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's how it was with Harry Potter. It was a very crazy phase.
I've actually never read or seen a Harry Potter.
Like, I knew when I turned 12, I was going to Hogwarts. And I was in 4th grade. I just read all the books.
That is true.
I've never read any of the books or seen the movies. I'm like the only person in the world.
Me either.
Really? Okay, we're in the same boat.
Yeah.
I've been through like 2.5 of the movies.
Really? I've also never seen a Star Wars movie.
Me either.
Really? Okay.
I don't really like
Did
Star
we just
Wars
become
like
best friends?
I think we should be.
All right, Ian, 2 truths and a lie. And let's try not to give it away this time.
Yeah, really. I'll keep quiet.
All right, let's see. My mom, okay, she,
This is the lie.
I was going to give you a hint, but I didn't.
Do you know anything about your mom, Ian? Come on.
You don't know all your
all I can
lies.
think of is lies.
I know no facts about my mother.
All right, my mom, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm fucking up right now.
You just be freezing.
I'll tell you this,
Well, like,
just to get you off the hook here. When Ian is lying, he cannot look at you in the eye.
Really?
When he was a little kid, that happened. And did you notice how he was like,
It's like, this is going to be the lie. That's hilarious.
good.
I'm a pretty terrible liar myself. If you think I'm lying and I'm telling the truth, I will look like the biggest liar ever just because you think I'm lying. I look
I
so
kind of
guilty.
hate that I'm kind of a good liar.
Really? I'm a terrible liar. I mean, I wish I was a better liar. I'm an attorney, but not that attorneys lie.
Because my mom would just ask so many questions, and I would just have to just say whatever just to get out the house. Like, yeah, I'm going there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's going to be so many adults there. Yeah.
like totally. Like, bye.
That's hilarious. Well, how about you do 2 truths and a lie about yourself?
Okay, yeah, Lottie, get me off
Since
the hook
Ian
again.
knows nothing about you, apparently.
Not you his whole life.
Yeah.
let's see. What would be an exciting thing to say?
Bonus points
Oh,
if you
I
can
know.
do 2 truths and a
Okay.
lie that Ian doesn't know either. which
I've
is
been doing things similar to Airbnb since the 80s. I've been to Australia twice, and I've been to Africa once.
You have not been to Australia twice.
That's true.
That
I
was
have been
good,
to
Mama.
Australia
Oh, you have?
twice.
I think it's the last one.
It is the last one.
You've never been to Africa?
Haven't
That
been
was
to Africa
good.
yet.
You're a good liar.
Yeah. So what have you been doing that's similar to Airbnb since the 80s? Did you have couch surfers like staying at your place?
No.
What?
We stayed in apartments.
Oh, like
Yeah.
you've been so
Like
cool.
the first trip Rich and I ever took together,
Mhm.
we were both with IBM, and IBM had 100% Club, which was in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
And we said, gosh, we're going to be in Los Angeles. Let's go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Skip over the pond. And just before we were planning the trip, a girlfriend called me and said she's in Hawaii living there.
Oh, wow.
And I said, do you think you could find us a house to rent? And she goes, I can. And so
How do you even do that without the internet, like back then?
you talked on the phone. And it turned out that her boss owned a house on Punaluu on the beach in Hawaii. And we stayed in a house that was fully furnished and had all kinds of Hawaiian folklore and
Oh, that's so cool.
accessories. And we took all kinds of fun pictures. They had surfboards in the back.
You didn't
That's
have any
awesome.
photos of the house before you stayed in it?
Nope,
No reviews to read?
none.
How would they have
Just
gotten
our
it? Through
friends'
snail
word.
mail?
Nothing.
Like,
Yeah,
we'll
right.
mail you some pictures of the house.
No, actually, my
Fax
girlfriend,
you.
my girlfriend, who I hadn't seen in like maybe 5 years, she picked us up at the airport, but we were late, so she drank too much. And back then, people drove and drank.
Yeah, because they don't do that anymore.
Right. Never. And so my husband he was my boyfriend, rented a car, and I got in the car with Sherry.
Mhm.
And she was driving to Punaluu from the airport. This is in Oahu.
Mhm.
And so
How far is that?
So it would be like maybe a half-hour drive or something like that.
Okay.
And so what happened is she and I are talking. We haven't seen each other in 5 years. We were best friends. And she was a little drunk. And so she was a little confused. And she kept doing this loop.
Oh my gosh! Like it's like riding around 285 all day.
Right, except no traffic.
Yeah.
And so my husband, Rich, realized it. And at one point, we're at a stop sign
Was
talking.
he following you
Yes,
guys?
he's following
Oh my
us.
gosh.
And he's getting really annoyed.
And there's no cell phones to
he-
call
no,
and say,
no.
like, what are you
So
doing?
he honks the horn and he gets out and he tells us, we've already done this. Like, this is going to be the third time. So we went a different way and we got to this house and it was amazing.
Really? That's
It really
so
was
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Wow, the OG Airbnb. That's pretty
Mhm.
I
cool.
love that.
And we rented apartments after that. We had a thing about going to Hawaii
Mm-hmm.
after that first trip. So we did apartment renting. And I was
Just for
telling
short
you,
trips? I didn't know that existed back
Mhm.
then. How would you go
I'm
about
trying to
finding that?
remember if we used the computer or what the heck, how I
Yeah.
found them. But I remember comparing them and getting
Cool.
prices. So yeah, back in the 80s.
Wow.
That's tight.
That's awesome.
hmm
That was a good story.
All right. Well, we can't let you leave without one last thing. We need an embarrassing story about Ian from childhood, the best that you've got.
Oh,
Don't hold
God.
back.
The bet on the girls was a good one.
I'll never like girls.
Never like girls.
I hate them.
Aw.
That's really
Well,
cute.
this one is not embarrassing, but it's cute and sweet. We went to Lake Lanier one time. We had a little trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a group of girlfriends, all Latins married to American men.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to preserve our culture. So that's why we got together and formed a group. It was
That's
called
awesome.
GAL, Grupo Amigas Latinas.
Oh,
so
I
cute.
love
Yeah.
that.
Does it still exist? Y'all still do it?
Well, you know
That's
what?
the Rosary group, right?
Ah.
Well, it kind of a break off of that is the Rosary Group, yes. So we've been friends for 30 years or more. And all our kids were raised together. And so there were a bunch of us at Lake Lanier.
Mhm.
And anyway, so I was wearing all white. I'll never forget it. And white tennis shoes, white shirt. I was decked out in white. So cute. And Ian jumps in the lake. And as soon as he jumps in, he goes, Mommy, I hate this place. I hate this place. I'm never coming back. And he runs out of the lake and his knee is split open.
Oh,
Yeah.
little baby Ian.
He ran in the water and
19 stitches.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And it his knee ran into a stick.
Oh my
Ah.
God.
So I got blood all over
Oh,
myself.
gosh.
And
The
yeah,
sacrifice.
Well, that's a pretty
Devices for
mild
children.
reaction for a child with a
I
split
cried.
open knee.
Mommy, I hate this place. I hate this place. I'm never coming back.
Oh, do you still have a scar?
I
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Wow.
big.
How old was he?
Okay, so that was the first time we were going to have try to have Julian. He was about 8 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She saved you, Ian. She gave us a cute story.
You said you're going to try for Julian. Does that mean I ruined sexy time that night? I fucked up.
No, actually, I think that is where we ordered Julian after all.
That's
Call
funny.
the stork.
Yeah.
All right. She saved you. Well, thank you so much, Liz. We
You're
loved
welcome.
having you as a
Thank
guest.
You. It was
Thanks,
fun.
Mom.
You're welcome, son.
Now you can go watch the O'Grady's get drunk for the rest of the night.
There we go. They will.
Look of the Irish. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Once Upon a BNB. It's Annsleigh.
Moneybags Maha.
Ian and my mom.